that's where all your questions will be answered. Meanwhile, down here, it's a lot more subtle. Like, this is the matchup that we're focusing in on because it is so feast or famine. If someone gets ahead, Cuz.
All right, Viklet has taken a bit of damage, but they get the flash out of Faker immediately. The flash to follow, and that is going to be the KT first blood. They trade 2 flashes for it, but they'll take that for the extra money.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic play there.
Well, I mean, Faker deciding to play the Orianna into this matchup, we've seen it so many times. We've seen it work out for like a lot of different players in different directions, right? You think of Chovy, you think of the Orianna angle, but I'll have to hold that thought as Zeus is taking a lot of damage. Owner in exactly the right position as the snips are going to come through. The fear comes down though, and Rascal is able to move himself out of the way. Owner getting distracted by a couple of different targets as Rascal somehow survives. Just at the very end of it all.
Wow, beautifully played there from Rascal. I thought he was dead for sure, but he turns around there onto Owner as their Cuz buys.
That should mean that KT will be able to grab some control, but Realm Warp to come on forward. The ulti's going to buy a whole bunch of time as Cuz is going to make his way out. The Ornhorn comes on through, but the Needlework is coming down and Rascal's going to pick up the kill. And now Vikla looking for even more. It's a great defensive shockwave. But I don't think that it's going to be able to get T1 the advantage, especially with Zeus dead. They should still be able to stop this Rift Herald from going down, though, and that is great news.
And Victor's so incredibly low, but Zeri left the lane to lead. All of that has kind of fallen by the wayside.
Yeah, well, Gumayusi now in a bit of trouble here as the Needlework was coming through. Here's the Realm Warp as well, as now Vikla looks for it, finds the Q very nicely, and the ult's going to do absolutely nothing. Vikla just secures it. Gumayusi underneath his turret, a lot of Needlework available. Let's see whether the Alcove Gaming's going to work out. Just the dash over is helping out here. Cuz is going to move on up, though, as the Paranoia comes in as well. Faker's going to go down. Can Owner actually trade one back? The answer's yes, as Cuz looking to make it underneath this turret and will do so. It's a 1-for-1 in the end. Faker for Rascal. Now Vikla
accelerated in this game as KT.
All right, big Ornhorn. That's a flash forward just to try and get some fear off. They had the shockwave there. The triple knockup from Zeus, though, as he's taking matters into his own hands. Aiming gets shielded up, but it's just not going to do enough. As now Cuz is running out. Rascal turns up, but he's way too late to this party. He'll pick up an exhaust on his way out, but that was basically a wipe here for T1 as they'll take Shirley as their reward.
Certified Zeri moment. Now, Guma doesn't pick up any of these kills. As we watch this flash play here for the Ornhorn. And KT have to be aware that at this stage in time, they do not have the damage nor the CC to win this fight. The follow-up knockup is amazing after the wild growth is there, and Twitch is just out of luck.
Yeah, just amazingly done. And the fact that he made that decision in like a split second as well. Absolutely amazing here from Zeus. As we've come to expect from this player.
Realm Warp attempt.
Yeah, we are just going to reposition KT here as the Drake is going down low. Here's the engage onto Zeus. He's probably okay with that as the shockwave lands onto 3. They do manage to take it away, and Cuz steals the Drake. Owner's going to fall down as well, as now Vikla taking a lot of damage. Gumayusi standing his ground, but he has to flash to get himself out of the way. And KT just come in and ooh, shockwave is going to be collected there by Rascal. Faker wanting to get a quick kill onto life, but he flashes to get himself out of the way. Still, high value as Zeus on a flank angle here. Bellows Breath and the Ornhorn available here as in goes aiming, just frontlining on the Twitch. Owner almost dead, Faker almost dead as T1 are still running away from KT, but they still win out on the trade. As far as the kill, but the health bar is definitely low on T1's side.
Yeah, they grab a kill, but they lose the fight. Which weather the storm while he heals back up. Easier said than done, of course.
Yeah, Rascal actually dashing over. This could be dangerous positioning as Faker and Zeus trying to fight this one out. Steadfast presence is in there, and Cuz gonna have to put that Warmogs to work here. Should be able to do.
They do not know where Cuz is.
Yeah, well, Faker does, as he's just going to sprint out of there. Steadfast presence and phase rush, pretty decent combo as far as running fast is concerned.
Having a ward in that pit is really massive here for KT. The Drake, Drake and Baron pits, they had a lot of vision over in this neutral fight here as the Drake is about to spawn. They don't want to lose a trade.
Cuz heroically charges on top of Gumayusi. He's not going to be able to dash his way out because of the Steadfast presence, but he is able to flash, does get himself to relative safety. Now Faker flashing forward, running forward, actually finds the shockwave, gets a flash out of life, and Cuz is able to walk it out. As we are going to see some buttons, but not so much anything deciding here unless you count an inner turret going down for Rascal.
Yeah, that death cap really doing some extra value in terms of the autos here. As Rascal has a flank angle he can come on here with his ultimate with. Aiming, of course, the biggest ultimate down is his. KT Rolster looking to try to collapse on this.
Yep, they have a lot of vision available, but this Baron has not a lot of health bar as the paranoia does come through. Now KT going to try and coordinate. It's the Baron that's going to go down, but can T1 win the team fight as Rascal going down very, very low? Cuz just knocks into a wall and isn't going to be able to do too much more. He is likely to fall down as Gumayusi gets his first kill of the game. Faker gets to 4,000 assists. And T1 take a Baron and win a fight.
That should be them taking control of the inside of KT's base as well. Life.
Oh, he's going to get knocked up. That is Seafood for T1, given the particular skin choice there of the Lulu.
It was so massive when Aiming ulted in that last skirmish in mid, and Guma didn't. So he gets to take away the Twitch ultimate going into a big critical fight while still maintaining his. And that's a Zeri who, you know, has an Infinity Edge, like you said, hit it right then and there. Now has been given the upgraded Immortal Shield Bow too. That's going to be Soul Point going over to T1, and they have full control over this map. This might have just been the backbreaking moment here for KT, because yes, they have this strong side laning Gwen, but they won't be able to use it safely anymore once Owner's ult is back up, which is, you know, going to be very soon here. And I think he was trying to hope for a siege of this turret.
Well, Zeus is going to turn up. Aiming completed Kraken Slayer, so it wasn't the Infinity Edge like I inferred it could be. So instead, he's going to complete the Mythic. Not exactly going to give him the extra survivability of a Gale Force, but does give him a lot more damage. As we have a look at this fight one more time.
Yeah, this is just, unfortunately, for KT Rolster. They're not in the vicinity to actually do the damage. Look at how much Guma does in the neutral before KT even consider engaging. And by the time they do, it's like, oh, well, guess what? Hits a Zeri, you guys are all low on health, Twitch has no ult. Like, Aiming did literally less than 0 damage in this fight. He just doesn't have his ult, can't be close enough to T1 on a turn, or he will just be obliterated.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same speed or mobility that a Zeri does.
And then Life, once again, having the Lulu experience like he did in game number 1, just going down as soon as a T1 member looks at him. And now, T1, after being down in gold for the majority of this game, are going to hit a gold advantage and should be able to use this Baron buff to extend it even further. They still have 1 more minute. As Cuz, he ulted, he's going to get that refunded just a little bit because he didn't actually use it. But he's not going to be able to defend that inner turret. As Owner wrapping around.
There should be an inhibitor here. KT just don't have the damage to follow up on this. If Aiming ults here, you also have lost that tool once again. And Owner is just hanging out like, are you guys going to try to collapse? I'll turn the lights off.
Yeah, just keeping on threatening. This paranoia has been so valuable so far. And especially when you have an advantage. Yep, like you say, the inhibitor turret's going to go down. Inhibitor to follow. As Shockwave is not going to find Aiming, who manages to sprint his way out. And now a Realm Warp to come on forward. Vikla just kind of, Rascal by himself. As Aiming's trying to do damage, but Zeus just denying him completely. Now Aiming's able to try and kite this one out as Owner goes golden. Aiming's still alive for now, but the rest of his team is evaporating. And KT will unfortunately fall to maybe a pentakill for Gumayusi. T1 say goodnight to the telecom war with over 4,000 assists on Faker in the second pentakill of the season against the man that got the first one.
Beautiful play from Guma there in the end, but at the end of the day, it's KT.
Teleport. The paranoia is so good. If T1 get control of the pit, it's so close to over. As we're going to listen to T1 as they close out this game with Gumayusi's pentakill. One for Twitch. Yep. I think, yeah, we definitely all understood that one.
Look at Guma. Penta, penta, penta. Get over here, he says.
Imitating, it said in the same way that Prince did when he was yelling at them.